So we saw Casa Roble get the win. Eric Studeville, we're impressed by him and his brother Mason. A team that should be in the playoffs, and you never know when you got that kind of size.
Well, they're going to be hard to score against, and if you cannot hit outside shots against Casa Roble, you're going to really be hard-pressed to score inside. They are very skilled big men, very talented, and eager for a championship, so I'm really impressed with Coach Bellang and that team, and they've got some more work to do just to even get into the playoffs. You got Del Campo and Bella Vista in that league as well. It's a terrific league, and those two players, you could win with those guys in the playoffs.
Yeah, and speaking of Bella Vista, you saw them get that win over Del Campo. They're pretty much in the driver's seat right there in the Capital Valley. You know, a player that to me seems underrated at times is Tyler Burkness. The kid just hits the outside shot, but Bella Vista is playing well. They don't have a real big guy like they did in KJ Lowe, but lots of good scorers on that team, lots of good shooters, and they're familiar with now Sleep Train Arena, a team that's going to be exciting to watch.
And I think they're going to be in Division I, which is going to be a tough chore to navigate, but really good coaching with the Gonzalez father and son. You know how that works. The father taught the son, and now the son will blame father if they have any breakdowns. But we'll see what happens. That's a good team. It's dangerous, and Division I is going to be really good with Sheldon and Pleasant Grove and Oak Ridge and so many other teams, including Bella Vista now in the mix, and good for them. They've been so good for so many years in different divisions. We'll see how they do in Division I. I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, I do too. Let's talk about a team that we know is really going to be fine. That's Capital Christian. They got the big win over Dixon, much to be expected, but this is a team, Joe, it's a top 5 team in our area easily, and they are in Division 5. They don't have any seniors. This is a group that's young. They are a powerhouse.
They really are, and I really like their coach, first-year coach, Devon Jones, who played at Florin High School for Jim Smirker, one of the really good coaches over the years. He was resistant to order and structure and discipline. He quit a couple times. Coach Smirker brought him back, and I don't like my coach, and the heck with the system. I'm going to be an All-American. And it was years later when he had kids, his own kids, and he said, you know what, I'm saying the same themes of discipline, structure, in order that my coach did, so you grow and learn, and he's giving the same lessons that he learned, and his team is responding, and he's 34 years old, and he goes, I'm still a kid, I can relate to these guys, and we listen to the same music, so we're all cool, but they are in Division 5, and we always hear the argument, well, why don't they just move up? It's not that easy anymore. You can't just say, hey, we want to move up. In time, they will move up, and there are some pretty good small schools in the Bay Area, so winning a section championship is one thing, but winning a NorCal championship is no easy task.
Yeah, and let's kind of quickly wrap it up with boys hoops in terms of league races. We got some good ones. Everyone is catching up to Granite Bay in the SFL. Roseville's playing really well of late. In the mix is Rockland, Del Oro. I probably just missed a team somewhere along the line, but basically it's anyone's league at this point. The Delta Valley Conference, intriguing. Grant leads there right now as we start this week, but Malik Pope, he goes down, breaks his leg for Laguna Creek. They're a game back. That's going to really hurt them.
Yeah, 6'8" post with all kinds of skills, and was doing a warm-up layup line drill for a pep rally at nearby Harriet Eddy Middle School in Elk Grove Unified, and went down. Fractured tibia, out 6 weeks. The playoffs start in 3 weeks. I just don't think there's enough time in the calendar to keep him there. So Coach Paul Casey's one of the very good coaches out there. He's got a real void now in the middle.
Yep, I agree. And the other league race that's really intriguing is the Pioneer Valley League. It's basically Colfax, Placer, and Lincoln. Lincoln playing well. They're at the top right now, but it's again anyone's race.
Yeah, and Placer can't seem to figure out Colfax. There's 2 double-digit wins for Colfax over Placer, and Lincoln has really been an impressive team. They had a lot of nothing in recent years, but they've done a terrific job under Coach Ash this season, and good for them. And every once in a while, they'll have a dominating team come out of the gates like football did a few years ago. Basketball, it's their time right now. It's a really good league. They'll see each other, I think, in the playoffs as well, some of those teams.
I agree. And we were doing this thing on Twitter the other night. Someone said, who would be your all-senior team, your senior starting 5? And I was thinking, that's a good question. So just to throw it out there, I picked Sheldon's big 3 of Darren Johnson, Daryl Williams, Dakari Allen, to go with Eric Studeville, Casa in the center, as a center in the middle there, 6'10". I had Malik Thames as my point guard type of Pleasant Grove. My 6th man, Gabe Beeler out of Antelope. Any thoughts?
Yeah, it's a good one. And I if you could get a 7th man on there, how about Deshaun Parsons of Grant? Terrific player, 6'5", could shoot, could run the floor. Very impressive. If you need another one, how about Cole Nordquist? Could shoot the ball really well for Pleasant Grove as well. There's a lot of good players, and some players over at Bella Vista. There's players over at Del Campo. we need a 15-man roster. Let's go. So it's a good area, and you know, there's a lot of good underclassmen too. How about the entire starting 5 underclass team for Capital Christian? And Kennedy has got some guys. You know, that's the hottest team around, and we can't seem to find any room to squeeze those guys in. Maybe that's our coach of the year, Robert Fong over at Kennedy.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Well, that's your boy.